What's up, everyone? I'm DREADPOOL,
And I'm Death Dealer.
and today we're going to talk about a petrified forest, society, and shadow. We did the haunt this year and paid our way in. We even got the backstage tour. Do you want to talk about the first house?
Okay, the first house that we visited was Deadly Games. It was, you're basically walking into a studio for a game show, and you have to walk through different sets. And unfortunately, the game show is getting more and more evil and questionable throughout. It was, personally, this one out of the three was my favorite. I enjoyed it a lot. I really like the idea of I also, for those of you that don't know, I work in theater and do a lot of costuming and seamstress work for productions and things. So I thought that was just awesome. I thought it was fantastic. It was one of my favorites. I thought it was real well done. I mean, they usually do real well. But I really enjoyed the game show setting. It was very intricate, very well detailed. The scare actors did fantastic jobs. We did get to see the societies and the shadows were placed in each of the trails, because their whole thing is they're watching and things. They're always present, always watching. So I thought that was cool that they would kind of be in different parts of the trail. It wasn't that they were always right in your face. They were kind of like tucked away and
side.
things. It was real nice. It was really good. I love that one in particular, personally.
The next one was my favorite.
The next house that we did was the Estate of Decay. That one was a house, an estate that you had to walk into, and the family wasn't happy for you to be there. So your job was to try and get out without getting caught and slaughtered by the owners, which was real fun. I thought that was nice too. That was actually his favorite.
Yeah, it was my favorite. They had the one guy dressed up in the robe and everything, the little mustache. He just sitting there talking to you and kind of polite conversation. There was another guy that introduced you to the house, and one of the creatures kind of came out at you.
Yeah,
so it was really good.
Actually, I think he was supposed to be the realtor showing us
Yeah,
the house.
that's what it was. Yeah,
and yeah, he's like, keep going that way. You'll be safe that way. You'll be safe that way. It was real nice. The family was sacrificing people when they found it was a good house. It was a very intricate house. The story was well done. The actors did a fantastic job. The decorations were well. I thought it was very cohesive, very well done.
Yeah, even at the end was really good. The surprise ending, we just won't spoil it for you.
You'll have to watch. The media nights. There were some people that got media nights, so you'll have to find those.
You'll have to watch those. Yeah, we weren't allowed to record on this one, on this go around.
And it's completely understandable.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But it was an awesome time. Definitely be going back. Again, this wasn't our first time there, so we will be going back every year pretty much, because they are wonderful people. The people that own it, the people that run it, the people that work in it, they are all real happy to do what they do. Very nice people. I will continue to support them.
And then we had the last one.
And the last house was Lifeline. That one was, you were walking into a village that had been protected. And they're a village in the middle of nowhere who's being protected from monsters by one doctor in particular who had told them how to be safe, but things did not go well.
And the reason for Lifeline is you had to actually hold on to a rope to guide yourself through. Obviously, as guests, we weren't doing that.
Yeah,
but the actors, that was the thing, is you were
Yeah.
supposed to, cover your eyes so you wouldn't see what the horrors out there.
Yeah, they didn't want you to see the monsters, so you were supposed to blind yourself to keep you safe from the monsters because they were coming for your eyes. So if you weren't looking, they'd leave you alone.
If you don't see them, they can't see you.
So I thought that was neat that they had like an actual guide rope,
all the way through.
The whole way through. So it wasn't. There were some areas that I was like, okay, which way do I go? And then I was like, oh yeah, the rope will show us where to go. So it was fun. It was a very interesting take on it. I really did enjoy that one. That one was fun a lot.
Yeah, I do love the fact that all three houses, completely different storylines, completely different sets. They never, ever have like, how sometimes some places will have the same type of character, like a clown over here and a clown over here that don't make sense. Not the case here.
Yeah, no.
Everything is cohesive for each house.
Yeah, they put a lot of time and effort in consideration into what the props are going to be, the backdrops, and then the people, what the costumes will be in the area, and what they'll be doing and saying and things. So it's a really good one. I highly recommend it. If you haven't been, unfortunately, last night
was the last
their
night.
last night, but I highly recommend going next year for sure. They also do for those of you that aren't quite sure, you'd be okay with doing the spooky thing, especially if you have younger kids. They do a kids' day. They raise money for Make-A-Wish Foundation, I believe. They usually pick a charity for kids that they raise money for. It's only a few dollars to come in, and they set up. They let the trails set up. They set the trails up so kids can go through the trails and collect candy. It's much more kid friendly during that because it's a day event.
Then they have their blackout nights.
They do. They have 2 blackout nights
and Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Which.
Well, the Blood Moon is considered part of one of their blackout nights. So yeah.
They touch.
Yeah. But it's they are very particular about who they have working and things. It does seem like a lot of fun.
Speaking of touch, not to rat him out, but I think the scare actor knew who I was and tried to mess with me by touching me like that in one of the houses. So I don't mind it. But I thought it was kind of funny because I had the double back and I was like, I know you?
There's been a couple of times during some of these hunts, I'm almost positive they know me by like the one guy at the other trail. He came over and he's looking at me and he must have stood there for 5 minutes just like making full eye contact, and all of a sudden he points to me. And he's looking at me and I'm waving and he just didn't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, he must recognize me or know me or something, which I don't mind. It was just funny because it's not something you necessarily expect when you go on trip. You don't expect everyone to always recognize you in things. Although, then again, I could have just looked like an easy target to terrify, and
yeah, they did.
Didn't work out in his favor on that chance.
So, but I like to thank the directors for what they do for the houses there.
They're all wonderful people.
Always, yeah. Towards the end, we end up talking with them, and we talk to them throughout the year anyway. But again, props to them for another great haunt.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be definitely going back again, and obviously supporting them as usual with our own money. We don't get paid. We are not sponsored. We do these trails and these haunts and buy these things because we like to support them.
Yeah.
I'm sure, we've been offered a few times for, free trips to go into the trail and things, and it's like, well, I appreciate it, but, we don't necessarily mind that way.
We try to support.
Yeah. Because, it's the right thing to do. They're trying to make their money just like when we run our trail. I'm not against giving my friends free tickets to come in, but it's nice when they want to support us.
Yes. So definitely, when you go to these places, buy merch. Also, buy food there. We did get food.
Yes. Oh, and the food trucks were awesome. Oh my gosh.
They had a Venezuelan street food truck. I really wanted to try that, but we were running out of time. But we did go to the garlic knot place.
Yeah.
They make garlic knot sandwiches, and a few other things. But we just did kind of the basic, basic with a little flair on it, which is basically garlic knots with mozzarella cheese on it.
And it was so
very good,
delicious.
very good. But again, all their vendors there that they have are excellent, friendly people. The food was good. The merch that the other vendors were selling was really interesting. Their merch store themselves that they have, that a Petrified Force has, is excellent, and they're pretty much fully stocked.
Also, I highly recommend, as a woman, to anyone with long hair that does wear scrunchies. In my opinion, a lot of times when you're going to like see the craft tents and things, if they're selling scrunchies, chances are these things are so well made, they're not going to snap and fall apart. And I mean, the way this is made, this is worth the money. So I highly recommend supporting people who do. I mean, obviously pull the scrunchie first. Ladies, you know a cheap scrunchie when you hold one, but usually when they're making them like this, they are well made. So I absolutely recommend buying things like that when you have the opportunity.
So if you guys have any questions for us about the haunt or any other haunt, feel free to type it in the comments. Like and share this out. Really appreciate you guys subscribing to us. And
well, you can always find us on Twitter too.
Yes.
And as there, if you need to. So no problem. Our Twitter handles are the same as DREADPOOL, Death Dealer M85.
Yep.
Not hard to find, my loves.
All right. Well, thank you, and we'll see you again.
Bye.